Perhaps heaven is paving the way for you when all your plans fall apart. Have you ever lost sleep over worrying about the future, trying to calculate every little detail of your work and life, only to realize that things turned out completely differently than you had planned? I used to be like that. Someone who believed that I could control everything through reason and careful calculation, but life taught me profound lessons about impermanence and letting go. A long time ago, I was in business. I gained a lot, but then I lost almost everything: my assets, my reputation, and my health. I was stuck because I thought I was doing the right thing. Why did I still encounter misfortune? In hindsight, though, I see that heaven had planned a different path for me, one of awakening and doing good in the community. This path helped me discover the true meaning of life. Without that turning point, I might still be chasing meaningless things. Interestingly, when I began to let go of control, life did not become chaotic. On the contrary, life became lighter and more magical than ever. Unexpected opportunities arose, and the right people entered my life at the right time. Everything seemed to fall into place automatically in ways I had never dared to dream of before. At what point does our human plan get thwarted by the divine plan? I realized it happens when our calculations are dominated by our ego, greed, selfishness, dishonesty, or short-sightedness. I have seen many talented people who plan very carefully still encounter things that did not go as expected. Some prosper for years, only to lose everything in an instant. Some people consult fortune tellers before getting married, calculating compatible ages and destinies, yet they still end up parting ways in sorrow. Many people only see that bad people live well, but they don't see the insecurity, tension, and suspicion that erode those people's inner selves day by day. They may achieve material wealth, but the bad karma they have created causes them to lose peace of mind and a good reputation, two things far more valuable than money. Often we plan according to our desires. However, if our plans go against the laws of nature and morality, no matter how hard we try, success will be difficult. Conversely, when our hearts are in harmony, our intentions are pure, and our actions are righteous, heaven opens the way. From the perspective of natural law, heaven is the overall law of cause and effect, the operation of countless factors that the limited human mind cannot fully calculate. For example, you plan to start a coffee shop. You calculate the location, costs, personnel, recipes, and seasonality. That is the human calculation. However, you cannot calculate the mood of customers on a given day, the emergence of competitors, sudden rain showers, outbreaks of disease, or economic downturns. Heaven's calculations are the resonance of all these factors, plus the blessings you have accumulated. When do the human calculation and the divine calculation align? When human calculations align with the way or the law. In other words, when deciding what to do, always keep in mind the following: honesty, kindness, a long-term vision, and the common good. Therefore, wise people do not try to calculate the outcome. They focus on sowing the right seeds and adapting to circumstances. Rather than worrying about how much rice they will harvest this season, wise farmers focus on plowing deeply, choosing quality seeds, fertilizing, and watering. They understand that when the cause is good enough, the effect will naturally be the best it can be, even if it is not exactly what they calculated. Instead of calculating meticulously, live fully. Don't worry too much about the final result. Focus on the quality of your actions and thoughts today. Do everything with sincerity and effort. Produce high-quality, healthy products. Treat customers kindly. Work diligently and honestly, even when no one is watching. And know how to help and share. This is the best way to sow good deeds. Don't just plan for tomorrow. Plan for 5 or 10 years from now. Don't just plan for yourself. Plan for your family, community, and the natural world as well. As your vision broadens, you will naturally stop doing short-sighted things that create bad karma. Second, understand that life is impermanent and learn to live with the flow. Going with the flow does not mean doing nothing, giving up, or letting life push you around. Rather, it means doing your best, trying your hardest, and accepting all outcomes with a calm mind. Let go of your need for absolute control over the outcome. Once you have sown good karma, continue doing your work peacefully and trust that the law of cause and effect will arrange everything fairly. If you succeed, consider it a sweet reward. If you fail, consider it a lesson to help you grow and improve. I believe that people who thoroughly understand the laws of heaven and cause and effect no longer worry about heaven's plan. They know that all changes and everything that happens help us grow, become more insightful, and learn the necessary lessons on our journey. To let go of control and anxiety, we need something more important than effort. We must delve deep into our minds to transform them and correctly perceive the laws that govern life. Once you grasp the law of cause and effect, you won't fear the future because you'll understand that it's shaped by your current actions, words, and thoughts. When you learn to turn inward and observe your mind, you realize that all worries and calculations stem from greed.